All right, we're gonna rework this a little bit, and we're assuming that this is kind of what we're looking for. We want to convert it. We want to convert this to like a float value, so that we can. I don't know, man. So all we want is to make sure that this part compiles. We want to like get to the next line of functional code. Okay, so refreshing. Okay, so we got that gray square, so that was correct. Let's go back to the. I'm going to go back to the reference that I was looking at. So I know we got these float values to get the size. We're going to -1. We're also going to multiply by a float. We get that texture coordinate. That texture coordinate is also like a float value. Now we turn it to an integer. Right, because we've normalized these coordinates. We've multiplied a float by the size of the texture to get these integer coordinates. Integer coordinates, right? So we're going to convert that to IVEC. And then, okay, yeah, so let's bring back in these two more lines, because I'm pretty confident about these two lines, so I'm going to run those ones and see if everything still looks good. Oh, and no, I screwed something up. And a whole bunch of shit that I don't really want to pay attention to, so I'm going to remove that first line and see what's wrong. And oh god, it's still a whole bunch of just gee, oh my god. Like the screen, it's like one line of fucking code, and the amount of error messages I'm getting from what's wrong with the shader it's ridiculous. So I guess there's like a tons of mistakes here, I guess. So what we could do is we could break things apart a little bit more, because maybe it doesn't like this math. So it's a vec2, and is this a vec? Oh, this is a vec3, right? Yeah, because it's so this is like we're using this as like S and T coordinates, I believe. And if I look at the source I was referencing, yeah, we're using that as S and T coordinates, but that's a 3 component or a 4 component, I can't remember. So we need to like manually extract S and T. What are S and T coordinates? GLS. I want to look up what S and T are so I can, make sure I make a good variable name here. What does S and T mean in the context of OpenGL? S, T, and R. Components of texture coordinates are named S and T. Okay, so technically... Okay. So looking at that, I think my code is named improperly because this is basically the texture coordinate that should have the S and T in it, and we have the texture size here. So what we really want to do for this line of code is it should be something like the texture coordinate equals, and we're gonna make some space here. The texture coordinate equals a a vec2 because the texture coords, the S and T, they are float values. So yeah, because I see the in vec v sd. Yeah. So we're gonna change this to a vec2. We can be very explicit about it. So we can take the dot x and the dot y. And okay, we can take those and then we can multiply them. Right, so we can do this. Obviously, this is kind of a lot of space for doing kind of a simple operation, but I just want to be as explicit as possible. So we got the x and y. We'll put those into a vec2, and then we're going to well, technically these are normalized. Okay. Yeah, because I'm normalizing them into, well, not normalizing, I'm denormalizing them, right? Because I'm taking these normalized coordinates and I'm multiplying by the texture size minus 1. So that's like denormalizing them. And this is a vec2. And what the hell is the point of a vec2 there if I've already... Yeah, because we already have this conversion here. There's like this a pointless conversion. So I think this is like an integer... integer texture coordinate. And VST this is str dot s text chord, and this one is str dot, it's st and r, yeah, qr st, qrst, right? Is it in the qr? Is that the order? St and r. qrst, is that really the order? qrst. Is it rst or? Let's search for. I'm gonna search for str. Open WebGL. Str OpenGL. Is that really the order? STR coordinates. Yeah, let's just do STR coordinates. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to look that up later. But for now, since I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, I guess what I'll do is, this is float text chord.x, and this is float text chord.y, right? So these are, we're going to take these colors that we mapped earlier, and we're going to say that the x, which we're mapping red to, and the Y, which we're mapping the yellow to. Sorry, not the yellow. I keep on saying red and yellow. Red and green. We are assuming that we're using these as texture coordinate values, and they're float texture coordinate values. We're going to convert those to a vec2, which these are already floats. Vec2 still makes it a float, but we've just chopped off the Z and W channels, and we've only kept the ones we're interested in. We're going to denormalize it, right? So we're going to put it back into the range of 0 to the texture size -1. And then after we're done with all that stuff, we're not going to use a vec2. We're going to turn that into an ivec2. And that should be what we need to get this running. So let's put this back in and see if we get any errors coming out from this line of code that we thought too hard about. Okay, so going up here, we're gonna... And I screwed something up, and I don't know how long I've been... vec2... we might want to try... If texture size is a vec2, we probably need to minus like a 1.0. Some of that bullshit. So let's look at... Let's move this. And we should be able to... We could be more explicit about this. I'm going to comment out these two things. Okay, let me refresh. What the fucking hell, man? What the fuck? This is ridiculous. This is stupid. It's stupid because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Okay, so... I don't fucking get this. Vec2, right? And then I'm just trying to convert... Oh, do I hate this. Okay. Okay, let's try... So my thought is... I can't, for whatever reason, it's not allowing me to turn a vec2 into an integer vector for whatever dumbass reason. That doesn't make sense to me, but let's just try that, see if that works. Okay, so the code's still running after I did that, but if I do ivec2, does it not work because it can't... Oh, it can't, like, implicitly cast like that. You gotta, like, be totally explicit about that, right? So if we do, like, ivec2 as, like, a constructor... So if I do ivec2 as a constructor right here, then I think I can cast that. Okay, so that works. And then the other thing I was wondering is, like, if we multiply this, does it understand to expand that and then multiply it twice? Maybe, maybe not. So let's, if we put this back in, and let's hope we don't get any, problems. Okay, so we got, after thinking way too hard about that, we kind of got something. So 1, 2, 3, 4... I don't even know what the indentation is supposed to be anymore here. I guess that should be 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And that should be over here then. And this is just not properly indented because 1, 2, 3, 4 because I wasn't thinking about it. So if we go tab, 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 3 tabs? Really? 1, 2, 3, whatever, I guess if that's how many tabs we need, that's, and let's just kind of like try to clean this, because this looks like shit. And it's really verbose, but if we can just get something that works, and after we're done with mangling all of these variables to get it to be what we want it to be, then we won't have to worry about it too much. It's just this ugly piece of shit that we had to do stuff with, but we don't got to worry about it anymore. So let's I don't know. Let's just I don't know. Sure, why not? Okay, so we'll take that. That looks decently formatted. I'm guessing we're gonna run out of room when we indent, especially if we indent all the way to there. Yeah, integer int text chords. Let's not worry too much about that. Okay. So now that we've done that and cleaned that up, let's take a look over here, make sure it still runs, because I have some low expectations for that. Oh god, let's stop recording, because at some point, well, we got like 3 minutes left. Let's stop recording, start another one.